Hi, I'm Mark Hoffman. Gore Verbinski's A Cure for Wellness is a chilling and dark psychological thriller that takes us on a journey into the mysterious and eerie world of a remote wellness center in the Swiss Alps. The film weaves themes of greed, delusion, and the eternal quest for immortality into a haunting narrative. The story begins in a large financial firm in New York City. An employee, Roland Pembroke, suddenly dies at his desk after typing a cryptic message, "No, no, no." Shortly afterward, Lockhart, a young and ambitious executive, is tasked by the company's board to retrieve their missing CEO, Mr. Pembroke, who has inexplicably decided to stay at a wellness center in Switzerland and hasn't returned. Lockhart travels to Switzerland and arrives at a secluded wellness center nestled in a grand, ancient castle high in the Alps. He is greeted by polite staff, but their peculiar behavior soon raises his suspicions. Lockhart is informed that visiting Pembroke without an appointment is impossible and is advised to wait. Lockhart eventually meets the charismatic and enigmatic director of the center, Dr. Heinrich Vollmer. Vollmer explains that Pembroke has chosen to stay voluntarily because he has found something extraordinary in the center's treatment: water from a local spring that possesses remarkable healing properties. Lockhart, skeptical at first, is determined to bring Pembroke back to New York, but he faces resistance and evasive answers. On his way back to the city, Lockhart is involved in a car accident, loses consciousness, and wakes up in a hospital room at the wellness center. He is told that he has broken his leg and requires treatment, effectively trapping him at the center. Despite his broken leg, Lockhart begins to explore the wellness center and discovers numerous oddities. He notices that the patients exhibit lethargic and strange behavior, often complaining of mysterious ailments. He meets a young girl named Hannah, who appears to be unfamiliar with the outside world. Hannah tells him that she has lived in the center her entire life and believes that all the patients suffer from a disease that necessitates continuous treatment. Lockhart visits the nearby village multiple times, seeking to uncover more about the wellness center. There, he learns about local legends related to the castle. Villagers recount the story of a baron and his sister who lived in the castle long ago. The baron was obsessed with creating an heir who would possess eternal life, conducting horrific experiments on people. Eventually, the villagers burned the baron alive, and the castle was left abandoned. Lockhart finds secret laboratories in the center's underground levels, where he witnesses horrifying experiments being conducted on the patients. He sees people being drained of their vitality to extract a mysterious substance. Dr. Vollmer and his team are using this substance to produce a cure that supposedly heals all ailments and extends life. Lockhart finds Pembroke, who appears gaunt and ill. Pembroke reveals that he understood too late that there is no escape from the center. He explains that the water from the local spring has unique properties but is also toxic. Pembroke explains that the water contains microorganisms that can extend life if used correctly. Lockhart gradually realizes that Hannah is a special patient who does not age and always appears young. He begins to suspect that Vollmer is using her as a key to eternal life. He also discovers that Hannah is Vollmer's daughter, and that Vollmer is conducting his experiments to grant her eternal youth. Lockhart undergoes various treatments and begins to lose his grip on reality. Dr. Vollmer manipulates him into believing he is ill and needs treatment, leading Lockhart into a state where he doubts his own memories and sanity. Lockhart finds himself trapped in a psychological nightmare, unable to distinguish what is real from what is illusion. Lockhart finally understands that the wellness center is not a place of healing but a trap where people are used to sustain Vollmer and his daughter's lives. He learns that Dr. Vollmer is the very baron from the old legends, continuing his gruesome experiments on humans in his quest for eternal life. Lockhart decides to escape with Hannah. He confronts Vollmer, who reveals his true identity as the baron who has been using the patients as a source of life-sustaining energy for himself and his daughter. In a climactic showdown, Lockhart defeats Volmer, destroying his lab and freeing the patients. Hannah and Lockhart escape the burning wellness center, which descends into chaos. Lockhart returns to New York, but now sees the world in a completely different light. He realizes that even in the city, people are still chasing illusions and greed, and he understands that true health and freedom come from seeing the truth and living in harmony with oneself. A Cure for Wellness is a deep and haunting thriller that explores human vices and the quest for immortality. The film makes you ponder the horrific consequences of greed and the desire for power, and emphasizes the importance of maintaining clarity of mind in a world filled with illusions and deception.